Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and today, let me turn on the light really quick. We are going to deal with the repercussions of the poll that we put up on Monday's video. Basically, we are going to start building a Battle Panda. Why? Because that's what you asked for, and well, I've got some ideas. So we're going to walk you through what's going on, what the plan is for the next few videos, and get everybody up to speed. But first, we have to get started. So let's go. So, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and a terrific week thus far. Oh, so what everybody asked for, and talking to folks, not just the one or two people who answered on the poll, but on the just general conversation, really wanted to see me build something from scratch. So we are going to do that, and since we are going full on large grid Battle Panda, for those who are not aware of what I'm talking about, we are building a battleship. It's going to be a compact battleship. It's not going to be a full-blown, destroyer of worlds. It'll probably be, by the time everything is said and done, it's probably going to be about the size of our current ship. I wouldn't be surprised if it might go a little bit bigger, but yeah, no, it's about the right dimensions for it. So, yeah. Alright, so basically what's been going on is I had a couple minutes and I drew up some ideas for various things. One of the things I want to do is make sure that the ship's going to have decoy launchers. Not just decoys built into the ship, but I want the ability to actually launch decoys from the ship. But I also want them to be able to be swapped out for other materials. So this is going to require us to have a projector system. It's actually going to be multiple projector systems. We're going to have barracks for up to 12 people to sleep in simultaneously. So if you're doing something on multiplayer, this is a ship that you'll be able to use in larger scale multiplayer. There will be 2 med facilities with each one containing 2 of the actual medical bay / medical room blocks. Those little L-shaped med bays. These guys. So we're going to have 4 of these on board. Now the idea behind this ship is that it is going to be more of a PvE combat ship, not a PvP combat ship, because we are going to do things like we're going to have the barracks basically be exposed to space. The windows in the beds will be able to look out. We will have a combat bridge. I don't know if we're going to put a fly bridge on it or not. We might. Like I said, this is stuff that's going to happen probably over like the next 3 or 4 videos. We'll say a week from Friday should be the launch date. Should be. We'll see how this actually works. We may get it done faster. It just depends on how much free time I have and how much motivation I can dig out of myself to get this thing done. Alright, so like I said, I do have some ideas. I've got some blueprints, and what we're going to do is as we go through each section, I'm going to put the blueprints up somewhere on the screen. I don't know, maybe top right or top left. I haven't decided yet. And what that will do is it'll show you the basic design for that room or section. And then what we will do is we'll build it out and we'll talk about what we're building as we go through it. That way we don't have to do a lot of time lapse. But what I will do is things like once we get the basic room in, the outer hull or the attached hull sections where we're not really doing anything other than building the ship out, we'll either do cuts for or do off camera or maybe do a time lapse when we're doing the whole thing. So we'll see how that all plays out. Now, what I am trying to do is figure out, I need to grab some plates. where am I going to build this thing up? Because this is going to be a rather large ship. Hey, look at that. Called them all before they hit the ground. Okay. That's 3 off. Oh, hello. 4 off. 5 off, yes. Actually, those are not all heavy blocks. And I don't want to take the chance that one of these ends up getting incorporated and builds a weak point into the ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so... based on what I have so far planned, that puts me 1 block up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's take this up 9-ish. Yeah, we'll take that up 9. Alright, and then what we'll do is go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's bring that up 1. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, need 1 more. Let's get some more plates. Let's actually go pick up some plates. Now, one of the things that I am going to have to do is I'm going to have to be very careful about the build because we don't have an increased inventory and we do not have things like the nanobot build and repair system installed. We are, for all intents and purposes, a completely vanilla game as far as the blocks are concerned. We do have the HUD, obviously, and some AI mod stuff in, but the actual construction, this is all vanilla. So what we're going to do is we're going to do... And yes, I am going to be extremely wasteful in this build. The entire ship, including the framework, is going to be heavy armor blocks because we are going to start working on the battle bridge first. And then as things progress... Actually, let's do this really quick. Because we're going to make this our door. Alright. So, what we're talking about here is each section of the ship is going to be completely compartmentalized. Man, it's been one of those days. Wow. Oh. And the idea is that we want to have a system set up where we're going to end up with, you know, basically every room being able to be pressurized, everything being able to be airlocked. So we're going to have a lot of double hull sized doors. But what we're going to do is, instead of leaving that to be dead space in most of the ship, we're going to have it set up so that what we'll be able to do is we'll have different blocks backed into it. So the inner hull, like the inner bulkhead areas, will have things like the decoration blocks and such. So there will probably be a kitchen block on one of the walls. Basically something to take up that space, but still consider that block occupied. Okay, so we're doing that. And from here, we're going to end up with a vent. Okay, get rid of this stuff. We're going to have a vent there. And so we are working on the combat bridge first. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm not quite sure what how everything's going to come together. I know that we're going to do the combat bridge and the 2 medical bays basically wrapping around each other. So we're going to have the combat bridge in the center of the ship. And it may be forward or it may be aft. I don't know yet. And then the medical bays themselves will be aft of the bridge. And it'll be easier as we're going through, because as I'm recording, you're not going to see the blueprint. This is stuff I'm going to edit back in, but I need to talk you through it, because once I throw that in there, it'll start making more sense. But I need to be able to keep it straight for myself too. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the bridge. From there, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are going to do from center line, it's going to be a space. There will be a flight seat, and that will be the bulkhead. That will be a bulkhead. So for now, what we're going to do is just have this be pretty open. I'm not planning on, during the build out, this is just a lot of this is going to be placeholder. We'll come back and we'll actually do the fleshing it out and detail work. But for now, that's what we're working on. Okay. It'd be kind of interesting if Space Engineers would do what one of the other science fiction games has done, which is to allow you to use different block textures on the blocks. So one of the other games in the genre basically has it set up so that if you have, say, like if we were using the interior blocks, or if we wanted to have a floor look like the interior blocks, we could do that. Sorry, had to sneeze.
Energy low.
Alright, so, but yeah, basically what I was saying is it'd be nice to be able to have, say, heavy armor blocks, but make them look like, say, the interior blocks. If that texture was an option on these. Basically what it would allow you to do is to have blocks that were deceptive in how much damage and what their durabilities were. I think Space Engineers, with where they are right now, is actually in a good position for it, but it would be nice to have some of these things be available. Alright, so we are going to block all this back. And what we're going to end up with is let's go like so. Something like this. And we actually did do that. So what we're doing is we're basically building some space in here for conveyor system. And it'll keep it up over the armor level, or the armor layers. Right. So we'll be able to airtight the whole thing. And just because we can. Like I said, we'll come back through and do
energy critical.
Do all of our sculpting a little bit later. But this will give you an idea of where we are for where the design for the ship is going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this entire level open all the way through, so we'll be able to run the piping however we need to, and then we'll come back and fill in the blocks that we need to fill in before we skin the whole thing. Right. We're going to do the same over here. Basically just get all of this going. And yeah, we'll go ahead and block this off. Alright. Looks like a snork. I'm wondering how many of you are actually going to know what that reference is. Right. So that gives us a big empty box. Yes? We have a big empty box. Alright. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have flight seats in here. Let's see. We are putting one there, one there.
No energy.
Quick. Get me to a ship. Oh, that was close. Oh, I know what I'll do is I'll actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's go. Yeah, it's close enough. Let's go spotlights, and we're gonna go 6. And take that out for a second, because we're gonna go place a bunch of these. 1, 4, 5. Yeah, it should be good. I don't know how many parts I just picked up, but we'll find out. Alright. And this is just so as we start losing the daylight. One. But as we lose daylight, this will hopefully keep it so we'll still be able to see what's going on in the ship. And we'll put the rest of these parts back here. Alright. So we don't need the rest of this stuff. At least not right now. Okay. Actually, I can. Awesome. Not that I actually need 100 of them, but you know, it never hurts, right? Let's try this again. Okay. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to have these flight seats be here, here, and there, and then we're going to double these up. Now, the reason we're doing as many of these as we are, and we're going to do you as our straight-on pilot seat. Each of these systems, so each of these chairs is going to be set up to control at least one turret, if not more. So if you jump into the seat, the first button is going to be, you know, take control of whatever the remote is for that turret. This will be our main. Actually, I want it's going to be the pilot. We want the pilot to be back a little bit. Let's go there instead. Okay. And so that is pretty much what we're building in here. We'll have some LCDs in here for statuses and things. I may put in some like programmable blocks. You know, well that way we'll have some data center action going on in here. I may even put those back here, along with some batteries. Batteries make surprisingly good shielding. So what I may do is I may run batteries along the outer edge, up in the ceiling area. That might not be a bad idea. It's going to add a lot of mass, but that's okay. We don't mind. So we want that. I'm trying to decide how do I want to. I think I want them that way. And what that will allow us to do... oh, that actually... Ah! Alright. And what that will do is that gives us plenty of emergency power in case everything gets blown up. Oh. Man, this is going to be... this build is going to be crazy. Alright. And I think what we'll do here is we will do this just to tie it in. Flip these around. And we'll have LCDs. We'll have some lighting in here eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we go 1, 2, 3. You are construction components and you are construction components. Okay. So we want... I don't know, what is that? That's... that should be enough. One. And while we're here, because we can, go light, U3, gonna be the battle bridge. We're not going to worry too much about the light settings right now. We just want to make sure that we have everything there and good to go, because we want to make sure that we can see what we're doing out here at various points in time. And let's go get rid of that. We want to grab our character tools, because I am silly and just ended up replacing everything. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to set this up really quick. Why did you not... Are we missing something? No. Just space in my inventory, that's all we're missing. Okay. Awesome. So now we can do that.
Station fuel.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, so this is going to be our combat bridge or battle bridge area. We have a basic design idea here. Let's go to here. We're going to say battle. I don't want those in the terminal. Don't want those in the config. We're going to go ahead and, we'll go 10 meters with them. That way we have light. Going to turn that intensity down though. There we go. Awesome. And see, now I turn off my headlight and look, we've got light everywhere. Okay. Alright, so that is that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Right. Okay. And eventually this is, like I said, this will get filled in. it's going to be there. And then I'm kind of wanting something like this. We're going to have that. And this is going to be our med bay. Now, if this works out properly, we will end up with a hallway on that side. Doors, so 3, and then this ends up going all the way down here to at least this point, actually, to at least that point. And we are going to do the same over here, just to make sure we have all of our lines sorted out properly, because we are doing this in survival, so we do not have the benefit of using the build tools, unfortunately. Okay, so that's all the same level, so you're gonna go here. And we're going to do basically the same back here. How did we buff that over 1? Did I take that out too far? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I need to check the size here. So it should be 1, 2, 3. And hallway, 1, 2, 3, and then hallway. So I think I took one of these too far back, or too far over. Yep, I did. That one's went 4 instead of 3. Aha! Alright. Okay, now. Okay, this is why we want to be careful when we're doing it. And I'm wondering how many of you are watching this going, how? Alright. And there. Okay. That's better. Now I may come back through and redo some of this design a little bit. I actually haven't set on it yet. Okay, so that's gonna be we're gonna end up with this is a doorway here, which okay, so that means one door there, one door here. And we're going to do the same on this side. Okay. So, and then there should be a door there and a door here. Yes, that's right. Okay. Just making sure my numbers are right. So we go there, there. And then obviously, I need steel plates. All right. All right. Okay, so what we're doing is we're building out the floor area right now. Now, like I said, we're going to do 2 medical bays in here. That should be enough plates for right now. Whee! So these areas, we're going to do conveyors. Right. Do one there and one there. And there you go. So we don't need any more of those. And what we're going to end up with is we're going to have 1 medical there, 1 medical here, because you spawn on this side, on the short side. So you'll be able to have up to 4 spawn points in 1 ship. Again, the idea is that this is going to be combat based, so we want to be able to respawn quickly in the case, you know, something happens. And then the question is how we're going to run the piping, but we're going to leave that alone for now. And like I said, we're really just focusing on getting most of the groundwork for this in. And so you'll have the ability to go this way. You are here? Let me see. Yeah, we'll do 30 for right now. What it is, we're gonna grab vent again. Because, you know, why wouldn't we? Let's go that way. We're just gonna do that. Get back up there. There we go. And in this way, if we decide to run the conduit this way, or the conveyors this way, we'll be able to do so. We can always take some of this out, which then feeds in actually to there. That actually works much better than I had originally planned. Now we can run that straight into the vent. Okay, that actually works really well. Because what we're going to do is on this side, we're going to have basically the exact opposite of what we had over there. We want you. Yes. We'll do that. Why not? So we want that to be left open. Throw a conveyor in there. Throw a conveyor in there. And then we're going to go ahead and run the blocks here. So we end up with a spawner there and a spawner there. Okay, so that gives us our medical. That gives us our combat bridge and gives us the beginnings of the rest of the ship. Oh, man, this is going to be a lot of welding. I may need to come back and like strip some of this blocking out just to make it a little easier on myself while we're doing all of it. So I'm thinking. Okay, so that gives us the beginning of our battle bridge. Well, that gives us our battle bridge setup. It gives us our. Undo that. Undo that. Do I want to go ahead and do
Energy low.
an airlock? I think I do. I think I do want to have an air vent right there. Because if we do, not really worried on which way it's positioned currently. That's not a huge concern for me. And then we just put a conveyor there. And we'll end up running some pipes in between all of these and, you know, have it branching off in the various directions that it needs to go. So you're going to be there. You're going to be there. Did I get all those ones over here? Yes, I did. Okay. All right, so I think that is a good start to the ship. Hopefully you can see what we're planning here as far as the floor plan is concerned. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure we have enough parts to get all of this welded up, and I'll go ahead and start welding some of the frameworks. That way when you come back next time, we'll give you a very quick run through on the base, well, on the ship, and that way you can see what we've got done, what we still need to do. So yeah, that gives us here, and I'm thinking we're gonna do the habitation areas midship here, and I do want to put hangars in. Yeah, okay, so I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. If you are new to the channel, haven't done so already, and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. And don't forget to ring the little bell if you want to be kept up to date with what's going on around this place.
Energy critical.
And I just realized half of my blocks are light blocks. Well, so yeah, I'm gonna have to fix some of this. Not too much of it, thankfully. So when we get back here next time, what we're gonna do, we're gonna work on the living area. Oh, damn it, I just did it. Oh, come on. We're gonna work on the barracks areas. We still need to work on getting all of this welded up. Yeah, which I think is going to be my off-camera project for that portion. And I need to see how much of this is actually... Yeah. Most of it. There you go. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna go stop being so anal retentive
No
about.
energy.
Quick, let me in. Run.
Low health.
Sheesh, game's trying to kill me. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and call this one. So like I said, what we're going to do next time is we're going to work on the barracks. We are going to probably go over the grav mine, well, the decoy launcher and gravity mines. I'm going to show you how we're going to set that up. Yeah, so I do think that's it. I want to thank you all for stopping in. And as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Now I have to go make... Let's see, there's 140, 150 per times, what are we up to? 200, 300 blocks. So we'll say 500 blocks times 150. That's a whole lot of metal plates. It's gonna be one of those days.